An unusual chapter, because we have an unusual chapter today. This is one of the few Shabbat chapters that has its very own name. And what is it called? That is correct. You all answered practically correctly. It is called Schabbat Chol HaMoed Passover. And today, an unusual sequential portion is read, which we normally would have read from Bamidbar. But instead, the story of Passover itself is recalled. And naturally, the story is recalled that is connected to the blessing the people found in the wilderness, including the situation that is described and tells us about the moment when the people received the second set of tablets.
том моменте, когда народ получил второй набор скрижалей.
And if we read this very portion a little further on, we will read the following. When Mosche said, "If you yourself do not go with us, then do not bring us up from here. For how shall it be known that I and your people have found favor in your sight? Is it not in that you go with us, so that I and your people will be distinguished from every people on the earth?" And the Lord said to Moshe, "I will also do this thing that you have spoken, for you have found favor in my sight, and I know you by name." And Moshe said, "Show me your glory." So, the situation. After the sin of the golden calf, everything essentially hangs by a thread. The people literally just recently came out of Egypt and messed up completely. Absolutely everything that could have been done, they did, and are already destroying literally everything they just started to build. And at this moment, Moshe says to the Most High, addressing him, "Show me your glory." He is not asking for a miracle. He is asking to understand how this world works when everything goes differently than the plan that was made. And the answer he receives is what our sages call the 13 attributes of mercy. This is Shemot, chapter 34. In this very portion that is read this time, verses 4 through 7, I will read it to you so as not to speak without proof. "And he cut 2 tablets of stone like the first. And Moshe rose early in the morning and went up Mount Sinai, as the Lord had commanded him, and took in his hand 2 tablets of stone. And the Lord descended in the cloud and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of the Lord. And the Lord passed before his face, and proclaimed, the Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, and abounding in goodness and truth. He keeps mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, but by no means leaves it without punishment. He visits the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children to the 3rd and 4th generation. And what do we see? This is not a system of punishment. This is not cold justice. Rather, the model on which reality itself rests is the right and opportunity to continue after a mistake. And let us be honest, as someone who is in business, I know perfectly well that mistakes are not an exception. They are part of a certain system. Here you miscalculated the economics. There you chose the wrong supplier, messed up the logistics, or completely overestimated the dresser model you decided to bring to the market. Sometimes these are minor cracks, and sometimes it is your own kind of golden calf. And so there are 2 approaches. The first one is more rigid, a mistake, that is it, the end. We shut it down. We punish the guilty, disband everything, and start all over completely from scratch. And the second is the one revealed in our chapter. A mistake is the point after which a new reality is built. And this is very important. The Torah does not say, make mistakes. Everything will be forgiven. No, absolutely not.
Абсолютно нет. То есть вы
Notice
обратите
that
внимание, что
immediately
сразу
after the
после
revelation of
раскрытия
mercy, the
милосердия
tablets with the
даются снова
commandments are given
скрижали с
again.
заповедями.
That
То есть сама
is,
по себе модель,
the model
она
itself is
такая,
such
что
that the mistake
ошибка,
is
она
acknowledged,
признается.
the connection with the Most
Связь
High is
со
restored,
Всевышним, она
the
восстанавливается.
responsibility remains, and then you
Ответственность,
must act correctly.
она остается.
Go and sin no more.
А дальше нужно
I
действовать
am sure we
правильно.
all remember who said these words and to
Иди и
whom.
больше не греши. Я уверен, что мы все помним, кто сказал и кому сказал эти слова. И в
And
бизнесе
in
все
business,
выглядит очень
everything looks
конкретно.
very
То есть
concrete.
не нужно не
You
скрывать
should not
проблему, а
hide a
вытащить ее
problem,
на свет. Не искать
but bring it to
виноватого,
light,
а исправить
not look for a
ту
culprit,
систему, которая у тебя
but fix the
выстроена.
system you have built.
И не зависать
And
в
do
чувстве
not get
вины,
stuck in a
а
feeling
двигаться
of guilt,
дальше,
but move
вынеся
forward,
урок.
having learned the
Потому
lesson.
что
Because
компания,
a company where there
где
is no
нет
right
права
to
на
make a
ошибку,
mistake does
она
not
не
grow.
растет.
Remember those hiders of
Вспоминайте
talents
тех
in the
самых,
parable of
скажем так,
Jeschua.
прятальщиков талантов в притче Иешуа. И это применимо, по сути дела, практически ко всем жизненным ситуациям. Человек, который боится ошибиться, он никогда не выйдет из своего Египта. И вот тут Песах, который мы с вами буквально праздновали на днях, в этот замечательный седер, который мы с вами отмечали, он раскрывается глубже. Мы часто думаем, что свобода – это когда все идеально. Процессы, цифры, решения, соблюдение. Но настоящая свобода – это когда ты знаешь, что если ты ошибся, это не конец. Если ты упал, то можно встать. Если что-то сломалось, то это можно пересобрать. Итак, какой вывод
So,
можем
what
сделать?
conclusion can we draw? That the festival of Passover,
который мы
which we are
отмечаем,
observing
продолжаем
and continue
отмечать,
to observe, is not just about the
не
exodus
только
from
про выход
Egypt.
из Египта.
It is about the
Это про
exodus
выход
from the
из мышления,
mindset
что если я
that if I made a
ошибся,
mistake,
то все потеряно.
then all is lost.
Нет, Тора
No,
дает совсем другую
the
модель.
Torah gives a
Ошибся,
completely different model.
осознал,
You made a mistake,
исправил,
realized
пошел
it,
дальше.
corrected
И,
it,
возможно,
and moved on.
это одна из
And
самых
perhaps
сильных
this is
форм
one of the
свободы.
strongest forms of freedom.
Это не
It is not
жить
living without
без
mistakes,
ошибок,
but
а
living
жить,
knowing that you can rise
зная,
after them.
что ты
Be
умеешь
blessed.
после них подниматься. Будь благословенны.